Alright, in this video I thought I'd just show you guys the cheapest way to change your brake pads and rotors. This is just to do with the fact that things are getting a bit more expensive these days, and if I can show you how to do it a bit cheaper I will. So, like most videos, take out the two bolts holding the brake caliper on and place to the side. Remove the brake pads and inspect for any uneven damage or wear. As you can see, these pads have been in there for quite a while. Loosen off the two bolts holding the brake caliper mounting bracket on. Remove the brake guide pin. As you can see, it's pretty dirty and needs to be cleaned and re-greased. Use a high quality brake cleaner and then a silicone based grease to grease up the pin. Once you've done that, make sure to clean all the hardware, clean all the brake caliper mounting bracket and the brake caliper itself later. Just give it a scrub down and spray it with some brake clean. Clean all the guides as well, don't leave anything on there for future issues to occur. So normally I would replace the brake rotor with some brand new rotors, but in this case we're going to be machining them. Generally speaking, it's a lot cheaper to machine the rotors depending on the condition and how cheap you can get aftermarket parts. So with these ones, I measured them earlier and had a look, and they're definitely able to be reused. So that's what we're going to do. As mentioned earlier, give the brake caliper mounting bracket a thorough clean, get all the grit, grime and grease off it. Some brake rotors will have a couple of screws holding the brake rotor on, so just remove them. Generally speaking, they should be pretty straightforward to take out. Place the rotor to the side, then clean the face of the hub and clean the backing plate too of any brake dust buildup. We're going to compress the brake caliper now. Make sure to take the cap off the brake reservoir just so you don't damage any seals or anything in it. And then compress the brake caliper and give it a good clean. Just a note of when we replace our brake pads on this after we have the rotors machined, because we're saving money on the brake pads and we want this to last as long as possible, we're going to be using a pretty good brake pad, fully ceramic. We're not going to be using any semi-metallic stuff that's going to wear out and cause a lot of brake dust. So now we're just going to head down to the machine shop and drop them off to clean them up for us. Look at that, brand new when you're done with them. And that's what you get. Before installing the brake rotor, just remember to give it a good clean. Spray it down with brake cleaner and wipe it down with a clean rag. Apply a small amount of anti-seize to the face of the hub. Apply a small amount of Loctite to the two screws before installing them. As mentioned before, we're going to be using a fully ceramic brake pad to go with our newly machined rotors. We just want this to last as long as possible, and we're using Australian made and designed brake pads. Reinstall the brake caliper mounting bracket and apply a small amount of Loctite to the bolts. This just ensures that you won't have any issues with it rattling loose in the future. Apply a small amount of grease to the edges of the brake pads. This is just a comparison of what it looked like, a new one versus an old one. So we're kind of bang on the money when we're about to change these brake pads. You just want to apply a small amount of grease to the ends of the tabs on the brake pads. This just ensures that you don't get any sticking or uneven wear in the future. Apply a small amount of Loctite to the bolts that go onto the brake caliper. Tighten everything down and go over your work and make sure you haven't missed anything. If you like this video, please like, share and follow for more. Thank you.